I'm Alfred Kinsai, the strategic realist. Every entrepreneur is addicted to one number: high profit margin. They believe that if you buy cheap and sell high, say a 500% markup, you've won the game. They are wrong. It isn't a strategy, it's a debt trap. Let me give you a real world story. This is about the story of my father's business. It's a family business. So my father's business sold smart pens. You know those smart pens yung nabibili online, no? I mean, it is actually a tool para to teach toddlers how to read. So the cost of this was about 3,000 pesos. No, they buy it or they purchase it from a well-known online supplier. So they sold it for 18,000. So that's about six times its cost. That's a 500% markup. So satisfactorily sales followed. No, mataas yung sales. But soon the company was paralyzed, no? The reason why mataas yung sales kasi sa probinsya wala pa masyadong mga smart pens, no? And yung salesman mismo yung lumalapit doon sa bahay-bahay, no? So it's a door-to-door selling. So for 4 straight months, no, mataas yung sales and they were taught to believe na cash flow would come in. So, nagkaroon ng kasi magkaiba yung receivable sa cash flow. Receivable, that's not necessarily cash, no? And because they want yung high sales, no, that's why they allowed, you know, yung credit sales nila to soar, no? So it gave them an impression na mataas yung sales nila. So for 4 straight months, employees' salaries were on hold because they couldn't keep up with the operating expenses. Yung financing, no? Yung financing ng receivable. The company was bleeding cash despite the massive markup. The 500% profit margin killed the business. The desire for a high margin is an emotional weakness. It makes you lazy. It attracts dangerous competition. And critically, it slows down the speed of which you generate cash. Kasi tumatagal yung turnover ng receivables. This is the margin lie. So maganda lang tignan kasi ang taas ng receivable pero walang commensurate na cash na pumapasok sa company. Now, why did the 500% margin fall? It failed miserably. It was an illusion immediately consumed by structural weakness. The business allowed two deadly variable costs to crush the gross profit. Number one, the salesman's trap. Yung salesman, they were getting a 20 to 25% commission based on the 24,000 installment, hindi yung 18,000 cash, no? Kasi yung 24,000 that can be paid for 12 months and they get their full commission. So that's around 4,800. Considering that the cash paid, yung down payment, mas maliit pa doon sa commission ng salesman. So that's 6,000 pesos already. The commission of 25% based on the 24,000 installment price, no, that's 6,000 pesos already double the initial 2,400 down payment. Negative cash balance on day one. The illusion was the sales went up, but receivables went exponential. Tumaas. The company was financing the customer at a crippling risk. Imagine, papupunta ka ng kolektor doon para mangolekta. Eh, ang laki ng logistics papunta pa lang, no? kundi man ano yun, bubus, no? Eh kung mas malayo yun, syempre magbabarko pa yun. No, so doubtful accounts skyrocketed. Eh hindi naman ang mga Pilipino naman, hindi naman ganun ka ano siya, yung bang primary good siya. So you know, let's face it, no? Some Filipinos would rather, keep that money from spending, no? Yung installment na yon. So, kasi malaki eh, no? So hindi lahat kumbaga um are responsible enough to pay their monthly obligation, no? Yung dun sa ano na yon, dun sa smart pen na yon. And it wasn't really smart at all. No, so doubtful accounts skyrocketed, turning paper profit into actual cash flow debt. That high margin brought zero cash flow velocity. So wala namang perang pumapasok na higit pa doon sa gastos na lumalabas. So resulting in 4 months on unpaid salary. So na-compromise dito yung sahod nung office workers. The final strategic error. My father raised the price to 24,000 pesos to offset the rising expenses, operating expenses. So this was an emotional reaction to a structural problem. Instead of fixing the crippling variable cost incurred doon sa financing cost ng receivables, he killed the final thing he had, demand. Sales collapsed, game over. The strategic realist knows that the ultimate metric is return on equity or ROE, the true return on your capital. ROE is driven by two factors. Number one is profit margin. And the next is yung asset nila, yung return, no? Income na kinita nila from investing that asset. So ROE is driven by two factors, profit margin and asset turnover or velocity, yung bilis ng pasok ng ROE or return on equity. Now, as you can see here, company A is stuck on the margin line. 20% margin, but slow turnover. Only twice a year. So mabagal yung pasok na sa equity nila, no? Yung return on equity is 40. Mabagal yon actually. Compared to company B, no, which is the realist, 5% nga lang yung margin niya, no? Compared dun sa isa mas mataas, but fast turnover, 10 times a year. So their ROE is 50. So the higher the ROE, ibig sabihin mas mabilis yung balik doon sa equity, doon sa pinuhunan ng mga owners ng business. They are making more money with less margin. The 5% margin is a strategic price point that crushes competition and generates massive cash flow speed. If my father had sold that 3,000 pen for 5,000 pesos cash on delivery, the high velocity would have buried the competitors stuck waiting on installment payments and doubtful. A low margin strategy is only possible if you have absolute integrity in strategy. It demands ruthless cost discipline. Ika nga, efficient yung pagtatrabaho as much as possible and zero tolerance for fraud or unnecessary expense kasi tumataas yung ano dito eh. Now, my father's business, no, it's a sole proprietor and a lot of these yung mga employees they are very, kumbaga, lenient, no? Okay, masyadong lax pagdating dun sa internal control ng company, and a lot of them yung manual pa yung ginagamit. So it's easier for them to perpetrate fraud. High velocity amplifies both your success and your mistakes. Stop chasing the margin lie. Chase velocity. That is the strategic difference between survival and market dominance. Integrity is strategy. Don't miss the next video. We move from finance to operational survival. How to pivot in a VUCA world. The Strategic Realist's 4-step playbook. Subscribe to the Business Pivot.